We're talking about conjunctions and the feedback on the lesson.
The poster, as always, was a really nice visual. And I can tell, I know a couple lessons ago we talked about how it is good to fill out your anchor chart as you're going along.
Mm-hmm.
And you really did a good job with that today. Like we'd done conjunctions before, but just the basis of the,
Yeah.
like the coordinating conjunctions and combining them or using them in compound sentences. So it worked out really well that you took it one step further and talked about some of those subordinating conjunctions. You maybe could have told them they don't have to know the titles of them, like coordinating and subordinating. They
Okay.
just have to know, which it's not a
Okay.
huge deal. But just the fact that they know what a conjunction is
Right.
and how to put them in compound sentences or to combine them with clauses is perfectly sufficient for third graders.
Okay.
We talk about, like in math, sometimes I'll say, you don't need to know, this, whatever the crazy, if
Yeah.
it's somewhere, and I said, it's okay if you don't remember that. I just want you to remember how to do it. So I don't care if you remember that, 4 is a coordinating conjunction.
Okay.
As long as they can do it. Which that's a super minor thing. The we do was a good
Okay.
just clarification of what, just making sure. Whenever it's helpful, we have like 12 questions on the worksheet. Sometimes I'll like pull sticks for them to make sure I get everyone.
Okay.
Just because if I can, I try to hit everyone.
Yeah.
And honestly, I never remember who I call on at what time. Like Olivia always has her hand raised. And,
Yeah.
And Alex always has his
I
hand
tried
raised.
to make my way around the room, but then it's hard because I don't necessarily want to always pick the kids that aren't raising their
Good.
hands because I don't want them to feel uncomfortable
Yep.
and feel put on the spot. Although sometimes it is nice to do that.
Yep.
But with those struggling kids, I fear that if I do call on them and they're not ready, like that's hurting them.
You know what you
rather
can
than-
do? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's fine. I try to make my way around the room, but it gets repetitive in like the kids that are volunteering.
Yeah.
It's a lot of the same kids.
You can always, like let's say you call on Amy and she has no idea what to put there. Then you can say, well, let's call on Quinn. He has his hand raised.
Okay.
And then have Quinn answer it and then go back to Amy.
Okay.
And say, now Amy, what was the word that Quinn thought could go in there?
Okay.
There's a very technical term for what I just described. I don't remember what the technical term for it is. But just to kind of check that, even if they don't know it, it's fine. But you want them to be listening and able to repeat the correct answer.
Right.
You did a better job today calling on different people, especially for the worksheet. And that was a good connection saying, have you noticed that button yet? That you use at the same time. Because I'm not sure quite often. You can use them at the same time. Because I don't know. Yeah, if they did. The you do. Am I talking too fast?
No.
Okay. The you do was a great visual of the hands holding the conjunction. I know that I showed you the anchor chart we did earlier in the year with the conjunctions on their body and like the arms are the simple sentences.
Yep.
And that was perfect, like building on it because they could think about that visual. Oh, and you told them exactly. Good job telling them what to do when they were done.
Okay.
If they have something to do when they're done, like grab a book if you are done, creating your compound sentences.
Yeah.
Then they're good at it.
Yeah.
But if you don't tell them, they go.
Well, and I can't expect them to just make the right choice if I don't set those expectations for them.
Yep. That's a very good point. And they're a class that really likes to read, like that half hour of silent reading in the
Yeah.
morning, like they'll sit down and they'll read silently, and you
Yep.
very rarely have to, you know,
Yeah.
put them in the right direction. The one thing, I don't know if I told you, it would have been nice if they could have seen the conjunction junction video again,
Oh, yes.
because we just, there's
You know
some
what?
reason.
I did look. I could have sworn that I didn't see I might have just totally passed
That's
by
okay.
it, but yeah.
That was
totally.
the only thing.
But I have conjunctions next week. So we'll do that video next week.
Perfect. It's just a good way for,
Yeah.
and these kids just love those songs, and it helps them remember. I mean, remember like those little teeny things that they maybe wouldn't anyway. When we had the open house, and I had them write, you know, tell someone who isn't in third grade at Fremont Christian to tell them what we do, and more than one of them wrote, "We watch lots of videos to help you to help teach you things and help as a way to
that's so
remember."
funny.
And I thought, yes, that's exactly
Yeah.
the point of them. Did you have any questions for me about conjunctions
I
today?
don't think so.
Okay.